Hello, so this is the third lesson in this week, beginner classes, and today's lesson we're going to be working on the hips. This is a gentle 20-minute class. We're not going to do anything too strenuous, but we're going to start working on the standing poses and on releasing the hips. Now the hips store a lot of tension in our body, obviously. The hips are in some ways associated with our sexuality, and therefore we can hold the tension here, we can hold emotions here. So when we're releasing the hips, we start to free flow not only with our bodies but with our emotions too. So when you're ready, please come to a comfortable cross-legged position. Now I'm aware that cross legs is not always comfortable for many people. So if you can, maybe you want to start cross-legged, maybe you want to sit on a blanket or a block or a cushion, just to raise the hips higher a little. If you can't really do that, maybe you can find a comfortable kneeling position. But whatever you find comfortable, and if you'd like, just compare your ability to sit cross-legged at the beginning of the class and how much freer it feels at the end of the class. Obviously, we don't usually sit on the floor in our culture. We sit on chairs, we sit cross-legged, and these are bad postural habits. So sitting on the floor is a great way of loosening up the hips. So we'll start in a cross-legged position. I'm just going to do a gentle cat and cow, but from seated. So if you want to just place your hands on your knees, this time I'm going to inhale, lift the chest, open the heart, reach up, expand into the lungs, and then we exhale and round the back, pull the shoulders close in, dip the belly, lengthen the spine. Again, inhale, reach up, open the heart and lungs. Exhale, dipping the belly, rounding the shoulders, arching the back. So link the movement to your breath. Maybe just go at your own pace for a second. We're starting to introduce movement into a cold body. Now we want some lateral movement, so we're going to start stretching up the side. Excuse me. So now we want some lateral movements. We're going to start stretching up the side of the body. So place one hand on the mat beside you and lift the right arm into the air, stretching, reaching overhead. Now if you want, you can bring your elbow all the way down to the ground and really deepen that stretch, keeping the right buttock on the floor, really lengthening out the spine. Inhale, come back to center and place the right arm down. Start to reach the left hand overhead. Inhale, and as you exhale, allow the body just to stretch up the lateral side of the body. If you can, you want to bring the elbow down. Move towards taking back to the floor. Keeping the left buttock on the side of the body. Keeping the left buttock on the ground. Inhale, reach back up. And now I want to place the hands behind us. Lift the chest, relax the shoulder blades down the back, arch the spine, and slowly do a gentle back bend. Exhale, come back to center, and then just gently take your left hand to your right knee and twist to the right. Exhale, come back to center. Now maybe you want to change the interlock so that you're working the other way around in the cross leg. We tend to predominate on one side. So we like to work the body evenly in yoga. So we take the right hand, put it on the left knee and twist around to the left. Come back to centre. And as much as you're able, just walk your hands forwards and bring your body down over your cross-leg position. And then walk yourself back up to a seated position. Come over onto all fours and do a gentle bit of cat and cow. So as we inhale, we're going to reach up and arch the back, opening out the lungs and the heart. Exhale, rounding the shoulders, arching into the back. At your own pace, inhale. Exhale, dipping the spine, rounding the shoulders. Inhale. And again, exhale, rounding the spine. Come back to a neutral position. This time I want to take the right foot out to the right. Bring the left foot parallel to the body. And shoot the arm overhead. So this time we're coming into a half plank. Deeply stretching up the whole of the lateral muscles. Place the hand back down. Bring your foot around. Take the left foot out. And again, we're going to do a half plank on the left side. And come back down to centre. Right, hold foot. And again, we're just going to go round to the half plank, walking around, taking this long, deep stretch. You can stay here again if you like, or try and take hold of the foot and just stretch it up behind you. Just not too much, just gentle back bend. Bring the foot down, place the hand back down to the ground. I'm going to walk around to the other side. Find that lateral stretch. Remain here if you wish, or reach for the foot and start to take it behind the body. And then bring it back down to the ground. Come back down into a child pose. And then bring yourself up, tuck the toes, push up from the hands, push up to the hips, come into a downward dog. And keep your knees bent, just to begin with, just with that stiffness in the body. Maybe you want to just start to walk out the legs a little. Start to stretch out the calves and hamstrings. And then slowly walk to the front of the mat. Keeping your knees loose, insert your elbows. And just do a gentle ragdoll. Bring in a bit of movement into the spine. Maybe change the interlock. Place your hands back down on the floor and start to roll up the spine. Come to standing. So now we're going to do a few gentle sun salutation variations. So when you're ready, stand in Tadasana. Reach up through the body to the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders down the back. Open out the palms. Open out the heart. Inhale, raise the arms to the sky. Exhale, gently fold forward. Tuck the knees, tuck the belly to the knees. Bring hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, place the hands down. Take the right foot back. Drop the knee. We're going to come into a low lunge. Raise arms, reach forward, look ahead. I'm just going to take 3, 2, and 1 breath here. Then we're going to drop the arm, right arm forward, left arm back, twisting around to the left. Then back to center, raise the arms. Drop the hands down, exhale. Now shuffle out the foot, coming back to a runner's lunge. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring your head down over the extended leg. Deep breath. Then we're going to push forward, but we're going to let the work happen in the lower leg, the back leg. So we're going to go slightly forward from this runner's lunge and really stretch out the hips. Look up. Exhale, back down to runner's lunge. Again, inhale, stretch out that back leg, look up. Exhale, runner's lunge. And one more time, inhale, stretch out the leg, look up. Exhale, down to runner's lunge. We're going to come, tuck the back toes, walk back into downward facing dog. And take a deep breath here. Then we're going to take the right foot forward, drop the left knee. Look up. Come to a runner's lunge on the other side. I mean a low lunge. What's the Sanskrit for this one? I will look that up. Okay, so we're in a low lunge here. Raise the arms. Reach for the sky. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. 2. 1. And then we take the left arm forward, the right arm back, twisting around to the right. Raise the hands, bring them back to center. Drop the hands down. Now we're going to scoot the right leg forwards. Exhale, try to reach over the leg. Inhale, we're walking forward to work that back hip. And exhale, back to runner's lunge. Inhale forwards. Exhale, back to a runner's lunge. And last time, just working deeply into those hips. And last time. Then we're going to tuck the toes. Place the hands, step back into a downward facing dog. Exhale and take a few deep breaths here. Just concentrating on the breath, relaxing into the pose. Push up from hands, raise the hips to the sky. Stretch out the toes, gently drop into the heels. Maybe too stiff at the moment to go all the way, but don't worry. And then look ahead, walk yourself to the top of the mat. Exhale and fold. Inhale, coming all the way up standing. And exhale, hands to namaste. So now from the top of your mat, take your left foot. Well, to be honest, I'll start this side. So I'm just going to change sides so that I'm facing you. From the top of the mat, take your right foot out. Come to a wide straddle. Now, if you can take this as wide as you can, this is going to be easier to do the the pose. You want to take the toes slightly inwards, so the feet, outside of the feet, should be parallel. Place the hands on the hips and stretch up through the spine, open the heart, looking back to the ceiling. Deep inhale. As you exhale, fold forward from the hips. Take the hands down to the ground, support the spine. If you feel any problems in the spine, just stay extending and lengthening like this. If you have no problems, start to walk the hands back, drop the head. Releasing that tension, pushing outwards to the edges of the feet. Keeping the feet grounded, bringing the weight slightly forward into the toes. Relax the shoulders and the neck, and slowly let your breath take you deeper towards the mat. Keep pushing outwards from the hips, from the other sides. Inhale, look up, place the hands on the hips and come back up to standing, keeping feet where they are. Now we're going to repeat this into a sequence of 4 different poses. So we're going to place the hands on the hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward from the hips. Now keep the hands on the hips. Again, let the head drop to the floor. Pushing out towards the edges of the feet, bringing the weight to the toes, slowly starting to let the head, with exhales, slowly sinking towards the floor. Breathing in and out of the nose. If you want, this is a good time to focus on your Ujjayi breath. Relaxing into the pose, letting the tension go from the inner legs. Okay, very good. Now inhale, look up, stretch and lengthen the back. Exhale. Inhale, bring yourself back up to standing. This time we're going to place the arms behind the back and interlock the fingers. Take a deep breath, bring the shoulders closer together. Inhale, stretch up, lengthening the front of the body. Exhale as you fold forward from the hips. Just allow gravity to slowly take the hands further down behind the back. Do not force, just allow gravity to do the job. Again, keeping the weight on the outer edges of the feet, keeping the weight slightly towards the toes, not sinking back. Allow the head and the shoulders to relax. Focus deeply on your breathing. Comfortable stretch from the shoulders and the spine. Inhale, allow the weight of your arms to bring you back up. Place your hands on your hips. Come to standing. Very good. So now we're going to do the last position. Again, keeping the feet in position, even walking the feet slightly wider apart now, if you feel you can do that. So now we're going to place the hands on the hips, reach back. Let the shoulders take the chest open. Exhale, fold from the hips. This time we're going to place a finger around the big toe. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold and bring the head down towards the ground. Deep breathing. Finding the relaxation in the pose. Bring your elbows out to allow the head and shoulders to drop deeper. Aiming your head towards the floor. If you find any of this uncomfortable, you could use a block to rest your head. But use the strength of your legs, the outward tension of your hips and your hamstrings, just to work the pose. Good. Now inhale, look up. If you like, walk your hands forward, drop to your knees, and come down to the ground. We're going to work a few sitting poses. So come and sit in Dandasana at the front of your mat, hands by hips, straightening the spine, bringing the toes towards you, lengthening into the heels. Bend the right leg, take it up towards the knee, maybe put a few inches between it and your leg. Now place the left hand down by your left side, reach up into your right arm, and then try and touch your toe. If you find this is comfortable, just do a gentle twist here. If you feel like you've got the flexibility, you may want to try and reach around, tuck this hand behind your leg, and grab the hand from behind. Whichever's easy for you. Good. Now come back to centre. Let this foot go to the ground. Come back to Dandasana. Lifting the left foot, bend it, place it by the right hip. Place the right hand behind you. Reach up for the sky, and see if you can lean forward and touch your toe. Touch anywhere on your thigh. Wherever's comfortable, you may want to just stay here. If you can, maybe you want to tuck all the way forward. Get your elbow right towards the knee. See if you can reach around, twist, and take hold of the hand. Whichever way is easiest, start to twist to the right. Release, let go. Come back to Dandasana. Well done. Then just gently roll yourself onto your back. We're going to come into bridge pose. Bring your feet close to your buttocks. Place your hands on the ground. Now use the fulcrum of your hands to push your hips up, using the strength of your shoulder to raise your hips from the ground. Don't let the knees spread out to the side. Keep the knees parallel. If you want, just work your shoulders in a little. Lift your toes, grab your wrists, grab your fingers, interlock your hands, then let your feet sink back down to the ground. Using the strength of those shoulders, push up into the hips. Now we're going to work this till we feel quite strong, so not quitting, we're not quitting. We are pushing into the hips. It's an active pose. It's not to let your body relax and flop. It is an active pushing. Feeling the strength of your buttocks. The buttocks that we work very little in our modern lives. We're still going to work and push up into the hips. Very good. Maybe you want to change the interlock on your fingers. Keep pushing up into the hips. Now you're going to feel the muscles start to work in your back, in your thighs, in your buttocks. And when you're ready, release and lower back down to the ground. Very good. Maybe you just want to hold your knees, tuck them into your body. Maybe rotate a little from side to side. Well done. Now if you take hold of your right knee, see if you can lengthen. I can't because there's a cat back in the way. So taking hold of your right knee, see if you can lengthen down your left leg to the ground. If you can, you could hold this knee and bring it slightly towards your elbow, your armpits. So we're working up and away from the body towards the armpits. And keep breathing into that stretch of the buttocks. Take your hand out to the side and start to twist, taking your knee over to the left, looking to the right. Come back to centre. This time, bring the left knee to the chest, let the right leg sink to the ground. Again, working the knee towards the armpit, lengthening up through the hamstrings, through the buttocks. Stay until you start to feel that stretch. And when you've awakened those muscles and you're starting to feel them working, maybe you want to take hold of the knee with the right hand, lay the left hand down and start to twist over to the right, looking to the left. Just breathe into that stretch on the spine, keeping the shoulder to the ground. And then roll gently back to centre. Find a comfortable stretched position. Let yourself lie in Savasana. Just release all that tension now in the body. And when you're ready, just start to wiggle the fingers, the toes, maybe move your head from side to side. Opening your eyes. Roll over onto one side. Push up and come to a seated position. So now we're going to take that lovely, comfortable cross-leg position and see if you feel any looser in the body now. So one of the many points of yoga is to find stillness in sitting. And the point of this is to not be distracted while we meditate. So now, if you want, I invite you to spend a few moments, as long as you feel comfortable, just in a comfortable cross-legged position. Maybe you want to take your hands into chin mudra, rest your hands on the back of the knee, close your eyes. Maybe you want to bring your hands to your chest in Namaste. So I invite you just to concentrate for a few minutes on your breathing in this pose. And if you like to chant along with me, we will chant Om. So when you're ready, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Inhale, exhale. Open your eyes, come back to the room. Thank you for being here. Namaste.